Hello everyone, and welcome to Mansfield Station. I am here to take a look around this historic station, as well as catch some trains, including top-speed Amtrak Casellas. Let's get straight into it. Mansfield was opened all the way back in 1835 on the Boston and Providence Railroad. The Boston and Providence wasn't the only railroad here for long, though. The Taunton Branch Railroad opened just a year later.
Nothing remains of the old Taunton Branch Railroad at the station today, but it would have split from the Boston and Providence around here.
The Taunton Branch Railroad used to take trains to Fall River and New Bedford. Throughout history, service to those destinations would sometimes go via Mansfield, other times via Stoughton. Today, however, those two routes are both abandoned, and service to Fall River and New Bedford goes via Middleborough. A third railroad opened to serve Mansfield in 1870, that being the Mansfield and Framingham Railroad.
While nothing remains of the Taunton Branch Railroad, the Mansfield and Framingham Railroad is still in use, mostly for CSX freight trains, but also for some MBTA Commuter Rail special event trains to Foxborough. From the northernmost end of the outbound platform at Mansfield, you can see the switch where the Mansfield and Framingham diverges from the Northeast Corridor.
However, as with all railroads, service eventually began to decline, with the Mansfield and Framingham Railroad ending passenger service around 1933, and this section of the Taunton Branch Railroad being abandoned in 1965.
Mansfield's platforms are pretty standard for the MBTA, with many high-level platforms on the southernmost ends, and low-level platforms otherwise. The outbound platform is considerably longer than the inbound one.
Mansfield features a station building on the inbound platform, built in 2004. The building also functions as a community space for the town. It features a historic clock which used to be on the old town hall before it burned down. Mansfield is the fourth busiest commuter rail station outside of Boston, with an average of 1,143 weekday boardings. But many know the station for its quality rail fame. The station is located along a section of the Northeast Corridor where electric Amtrak trains can reach their top speeds. The Northeast Regional passes through at speeds up to 125 miles per hour, and the Acela at speeds up to 160 miles per hour. Aside from that, the station is served by MBTA Commuter Rail trains and the weekday CSX local L011, which passes through here. L011 has a rather complicated operation at Mansfield. Arriving from the Framingham Secondary, they pass through the station on the outbound track before arriving at an interlocking south of the station. At this interlocking, they switch tracks and shove backwards back through the station, this time on the inbound track, before pulling into a siding connecting to some industries. Once they are done switching this siding, L011 begins heading south through Mansfield on the inbound track. On some days, they head down the Northeast Corridor to Attleboro before heading back north through Mansfield and onto the Framingham Secondary. On other days, they head straight back to Framingham, switching tracks at the interlocking and shoving north through the station onto the Framingham Secondary. Today, the focus was to catch L011. However, as soon as I arrived, L011 was already shoving north into the siding, so I only managed to get this picture. While waiting for L011 to return, I caught some high-speed Acellas, and some Northeast Regionals. Finally, L011 got permission onto the Northeast Corridor and began heading south just as an MBTA outbound was arriving, making for this race. It turned out L011 would not be working Attleboro today, so they reversed through the station heading north a few minutes later. Finally, just before my train home, I saw a 2154 flew through with a next-gen Acela set at top speed. With that, we come to the end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.